You're listening to the smooth sounds of W. Jim and Justin. At 10 and 8 Monday through Friday is the time I turn my radio to 101.5. Like a treat for my ears and mind, since 2012 made me laugh and made me cry. Kate the Duchess puts a smile on our face. She rules over style, sassiness, and grace. Sir William, you're an awesome dude. I kinda wanna build a statue of you. And what I'm really needing now in this local Huntley town is the only show around about people helping people. And now it's time to kick it off. Jim and Justin say to all, ladies and gents, we present It's Two Gingers. Make it live tonight till the comedy and community collide. Enjoy the laughter, enjoy the ride. It's Two Gingers.
Good day, my name is Sir William, and I am here with the lovely, the talented, my bestie, the Duchess.
Hello, Sir William, and welcome back.
It is so good to be back, let me tell you.
It's Two Gingers.
What has it been, like a whole month?
Oh my goodness, it's been a day.
It's been a day, if not longer.
It's been a day, if not several.
You know, and I gotta tell you, we'll talk a little bit about, what's been happening over the last month, because there's quite a bit, but I gotta tell you, I have a couple of medical things I'm kind of concerned about.
Oh, we're diving right in, eh?
Yeah, we're going in.
Right.
Number one is my memory. Now, we know that's been sliding away for a while.
Slip sliding away.
Right.
Yes.
That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, my vision is doing some weird stuff.
Interesting.
Let me take you a step back. I wore prescription glasses from 6th grade until about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I've always had a hard time, like, touching my eyeballs and putting drops in and stuff, so I didn't really feel like contacts were an option for me. Mm-hmm. And I certainly didn't want to do the procedure, because I've heard bad stories about that.
Correct.
And I'm the only one of the two of us that drive, so we didn't want to roll that dice.
Right.
So, one day I think my glasses broke, or I lost them or something, and I just stopped and didn't get a new prescription for a while. I think my eyes are starting to correct themselves, believe it or not. But then lately, my close vision is going a little bit, so I just bought my first pair of cheaters.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm really embracing this whole 50 is the new 30 movement.
Yeah.
But I was a little stunned when I looked over today and saw you with your shirt on, which actually says more glitter for those of you who aren't here. I thought for a second it said Gary Glitter.
Oh.
This guy.
No.
And then I was like, you would never wear a Gary Glitter shirt, even though he created one of the coolest songs of the 70s.
Yes.
He's also recently been found to be a child
oh, God.
pornography
Yeah, I know.
guy.
Stop. Sir William.
Yes.
Let's go back. So you're not wearing your glasses anymore.
Yeah, I haven't for quite some time.
Yeah, I thought you were just wearing your contacts.
No.
Did you let the people at Uber know that you're not wearing your prescription glasses as you're supposed to?
Did not need to do a vision test. Although I believe my driver's license says I have them.
Yeah, so that could be an issue.
I could tell you, though, and I go in a year from now for my next vision test at the driver's place.
Yeah.
I would pass the driver's test for sure.
We're going to start having tests on your vision around the office.
Okay.
Okay?
Like little Post-it notes or what?
I'm not going to tell you because I don't want you to try and cheat.
Guess the guesser.
Yeah,
fool.
I don't want you to be asking the minions, what does that say over there? That's crazy.
I know.
So you bought your first pair of cheaters. Did you buy them at the Walgreens?
One of the walls. I can't remember if it was the Walgreens or the Walmart.
Are they tiger print?
They are not. Although the case itself might be.
What color are they?
I think they're black.
Are they $1?
I think it was $1.49.
Did you buy several?
I just bought one. They actually had a 3-pack.
This is what I've learned from friends who are in the reader arena. You can't have just one because they also, because they're so cheap.
Yeah, like
people you set them down. Right, yeah.
I know, but I just was thinking, like, why wouldn't I treat them like a pair of glasses? Which I didn't really have a time.
Where did your glasses go?
I don't know. They're somewhere. They're somewhere.
All right, next. Next topic.
Next topic. Looks like you've had some medical stuff too. Your arm.
Oh, my Lanta! Did I not tell you?
You did.
Look at this. Is that not awful? Do you think we should take a picture and post it?
Scare some people. I mean, did somebody beat your arm or what?
So here's the thing. Because we are Gingerz, I don't know if you have this issue too. Our skin is a little thinner than a lot of people. It's partly
literally and figuratively.
Literally, though.
Right.
It's thinner. And that's part of what goes hand in hand with us being almost albino and et cetera, et cetera. Well, one of the things that I also have are my veins are just really sensitive and delicate. And I had to give blood for my doctor, you know, because it's that time of year again. You got to go. Now that once you hit a certain age, you need to go and get a physical every year. Make sure that everything is up to par. And sure enough, she went in, the nurse went in, and it just rolled away and the blood stops coming out. And if any doctors or health professionals are out there, please explain to me why they just move the needle like around in your arm instead of pulling it out and getting a new needle and starting over. Like I would, at that point, just pull it out and let's go to the other arm. You know what I mean? Because by moving it around, it causes this giant bruise.
Right.
You need to feel it too. It's like super hard.
Oh my God.
I know. Isn't that awful?
Yeah, I just bet that's awfully like a kitty. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And, you know, I'm leaving on a jet plane in 2 days, so thanks a lot. But anyway, I will get the results here soon. But, you know, also, we did have some fantastic music playing for spring break.
Right.
And then we had the Easter happen, which could it have been any colder here in Chicago for Easter?
No, although
so frustrating.
I jumped out of town that specific day.
Yes.
Due to a lot of circumstances.
Yes.
But yeah, it was cold. And talk about the weather.
We had another snow.
Crazy month.
I mean, it really made people angry.
Yeah, and you know, we do need to be a little thankful here in Chicago. I actually had the opportunity last week to drive the Blizzard Triangle, which was from here to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Sioux Falls to St. Paul, and St. Paul back.
Yes.
Both of those other places and everywhere in between were experiencing blizzards in late November. I'm sorry, April.
April. You thought it was November.
I thought it was November, yeah. Late April. It was crazy.
Seriously? Well, back east, like my little nephew, he had another snow day or several in April. I think my brother was like ready to hurt somebody.
I do have one funny story. I was talking to I called to talk to my mom, and I spoke to my dad.
Bones.
And
Bones
had a little panic in his voice, and I said, Bones, what's wrong?
Awesome.
And he goes, oh, we're snowed in. I go, what do you mean snowed in? Like, we can't open our door and get out.
No.
The snow is so high.
Yeah.
And our front door. And I'm like, well, do you need to get out for anything? And he goes, oh, not tonight. But, you know, tomorrow I'd like to. And I'm like, what do you need to get out for? Like, what don't you have? And he goes, well, we got to, you know, be able to get out to get the paper and stuff in the morning. I was like,
Bones.
You're having a blizzard, Bones. I'll tell you, though, the second they got their snow guy out there, to clean those sidewalks. They were out like they've been cooped up all winter.
I love them so much.
It was less than 24 hours, of snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
We also on the school board, if you didn't know, I'm on the local school board here, and we actually got to perform our most important duty as school board members, which is to hire a new superintendent.
Exciting stuff.
Yes.
And a principal.
And a principal.
Yeah.
As we get towards the end of the year, there's some moves that are made internally, and Terry Orey, who's been an amazing employee of the Huntley School District for 35 or 6 years. I apologize, Terry. I should know that. Is retiring after this year. And by the way, this guy has done everything from a receptionist to a bus driver to a teacher, athletic director, head football coach, principal, to assistant or associate superintendent is where he ended his career. So congratulations to him and his wife that they can move on to retirement now, which is totally awesome. And Scott Rowe, who's principal at Huntley High School, Dr. Scott Rowe, moved in to replace him on the cabinet. However, that was extremely short-lived, as Scott has been named new superintendent for District 158.
Congratulations, Mr. Rowe.
So we're very excited.
Dr. Rowe.
It's Dr. Yeah,
Sorry, Dr. Rowe.
He won't correct you, but
I will get
but
it
he
right.
But he has earned it. So
that's awesome.
We're so excited. We're going to be able to continue on with the success that we've had as a school district over the last 12 years with Dr. Berkey.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to, take it to a new level with Dr. Rowe. So super excited. I think everyone,
that's big local news.
I think everyone at the schools are excited. All the principals, everyone knows him.
Yeah.
So there isn't that angst of bringing in the completely unknown person. And by the way, this process was amazing. There were over 40 really good candidates. We narrowed it down to 7 or 8 who we did full interviews on, and then narrowed it down to 3, did a second interview with that person and their spouse. And we had, in our final 3 candidates, we had somebody who was local from the state of Illinois, somebody who was from out of state, and Dr. Rowe, who was internal to 158. So we had a company that helped us through the whole process, but it was amazing. And this is, as we like to call it, a destination district. People not only want to come here and raise their kids and have their kids here, but people want to come here and work here. So
cool.
super exciting time for District 158. I know whenever there's change, there's a lot of anxiety, especially within the community. And hopefully this move, along with other stuff that's happening with it, we did hire a new high school principal who's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully once people get to meet them and so on and so forth, that'll alleviate some of the anxiety.
Well, I would like to go on record and request that you interview the new principal for the news show that we do here on Huntley Community Radio, 101.5 FM.
I will. He's actually, wrapping things up at his current
but
school,
like later on, right? Before the school year starts,
Yeah.
because doesn't he begin in July or something?
He does. Yep.
Yeah. So maybe if we could have him into the studio and we could interview him, and
I think we should have Dr. Rowan too.
Totally.
2 different shows.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I think that would be really good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
People helping people, baby.
Yes. And then over the last couple of weeks, we have struggled with some sad stuff.
Yeah.
And when I say we, it truly is we. You were very involved, and hopefully you know how much I appreciate it. But for those of you who've listened for a long time, you know that I had a son, Charlie, who just turned 13, who had extreme medical issues and a very, very compromised respiratory system. And unfortunately, over the course of the last couple weeks, that started to slowly shut down. And Charlie passed away on the 12th of April, which was his 13th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Literally made it just past his little makeshift birthday party, which was so fun.
It was so beautiful.
So, I mean, what to say about that? What I can say is our community, our entire community was so amazing. All the people who I presume listen to our show and all of that, absolutely amazing support through emails, letters, cards, our GoFundMe that they had set up, attendance at the celebration weekend that we had for Charlie, phone calls. I mean, it's so overwhelming. It's hard to talk about because there's just so much from so many different corners of my life in particular. But then when I really look at it, the people who are closest to us in proximity and live around here, it's just been an amazing outpour from people I didn't know or people I barely knew or people who listen on the radio and stuff. It's just been absolutely incredible. And then for those of you who get the Huntley Happenings, if you don't, here's a quick plug. Go to the Huntley Happenings website and you can see all the different ads and read all the articles and stuff. But we tried to list everybody in the May edition of all the different organizations that helped us out, like D. Fury Jorgensen Funeral Home. They were just absolutely amazing. I really had a hard time even putting in words how amazing they were for well over a week, and they still follow up with us. And then we had Shepherd of the Prairie Church, which neither Mamma Mia or I have ever set foot into. Our neighbors go there. They paid for the lunch that we had afterwards, just out
so
of
wonderful.
the kindness of their hearts.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And there's like 100 of those stories of people who did stuff that were just like, it's like I said, it's overwhelming. And some of it, like, I was kind of numb as things were going on. I don't remember every single person who was at the celebration at the funeral home on Saturday. It was literally like a wedding reception line, people coming through and talking, and it's very short. We had some people that drove in through the blizzard from Minnesota, got there, literally didn't have enough time to change into their clothes, so they came in jeans and stuff. Apologized for that. They were there for 5 minutes and then turned around and went back.
Oh my goodness.
And we literally, they talked to us in line. That was it.
Wow.
Just crazy stuff. So,
yeah.
And we're still getting, cards and letters. And I think it is a testament to how many people he touched, whether directly or indirectly, without saying a word, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
Not one word ever came out of his mouth.
Right.
And he just affected so many people. And that's what everybody's telling us. Even, people, there were a couple people I went to college with, didn't recognize him when they were there, but they would say, I was just so captivated by every picture you ever posted on Facebook. He's always smiling.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, well, he smiled a lot. That.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And you, of course, my NSLP and my radio partner and all that, your support to me just was like, I knew you'd be there. I know you're always there for little stuff that happens. I would like to think I'm there for you too all the time, but this is different. This was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't explain this. There's no, it's funny. I got a couple books from people. There's no book to read. There's no, whatever. My my parents lost a child when she was really young. She was 5 years old. And I've actually had a couple productive conversations with them about this, but it's different, there's no commonality other than I believe firmly that parents shouldn't lose children. Like, if people are going to die, it should be in order.
Right.
I've always thought that way.
Right.
Going way back to when my sister passed away.
Yeah.
The hardest part about that for me was watching my parents.
Yeah.
And then I do have to throw out one other thing. I know I've dominated the conversation
no,
here. I'll
it's
let you
good.
talk, but
It's good.
I have to say something about our EP emeritus. I mean, this kid, I just called him a kid. I think I
Young man.
no longer can call him a kid.
You can't.
He came into town, hopped a plane, the very first plane he could get on after he knew things were going the wrong way. And I picked him up at O'Hare, and Charlie was at Lutheran General Hospital at this point, and so I drove him from O'Hare to there, not a far drive, and he got in the car and he said, "Dad, whether you like it or not, I'm taking over from this moment on." He said, "I want you and Mom to just be there for Charlie and let me work on logistics, and I'll be the one that contacts the Duchess and, these other people to do certain things. But I want to be the point person for all the stuff." And at first I'm like, how I like to be a little bit in control. I'm like,
right.
Okay, he can help. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let go and see what happens. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh. I mean, the couple of comments we made to him about wanting to keep things a celebration and positive and celebrate his life and not be all gloom and doom and all that kind of thing. That was it. That's all we told him. Mm-hmm. We went to the funeral home. He made all the decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mia picked out the casket, but he literally was deciding the cards and the Bible verses, and I don't even remember any of it. You know, he was making these calls and just kind of moving us through it and all that kind of thing, and with style and grace that only Michael Guerin could have.
Right.
I mean, it was
right.
Again, I'm struggling for words because it was just amazing. That was the most amazing gift you could ever get at a time like that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can be expected to make good decisions.
Right.
When your head is
spinning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He did an excellent job, and it was really good that you were able to release some of that and let Michael take over. He did do an excellent job, and every detail was covered. And to have Charlie as the front page of the Northwest Herald, thank you, Michael, again.
Only Michael Guerin.
Down to the littlest detail of us all having balloons on Sunday to release after the service. I mean, every detail, he didn't miss a beat. And the beautiful things that he's been writing on social media, and I know he was putting on a brave face for a lot of it, and I was able to spend some really good quality time with him as well. But I know that it's going to be a huge transition for your whole family, and that's okay. And that's why we decided, you and I, as partners, to say, this fun show that we do here, Two Gingers, our people will understand that it's not that we were just sitting at home and not wanting to come into the studio. We're dealing with a real life scenario here. Yeah. So, the other thing that's just so beautiful to watch from the outside is the outpouring of love and support that you get. But it just brings me to the point, anyone that's listening to this, to say you don't have to wait for somebody to be gone in order to make another human being feel that love that you're feeling right now. Mm. We talk about it a lot, usually on Audition with the Duchess, that if you need to apologize, apologize. If you need to call someone and tell them hello, you miss them, don't keep waiting. You know, like the Buddha says, the problem is you think that you have more time.
Right.
So if this has taught us nothing more, we are not here for long, and each moment is precious. And I just read you that quote the other day talking about there's only 940 weekends that you have with your children between now and college, and that's if they're healthy and you get all 940. Right. That's really not a lot either. So take the time, tell the people that matter to you that they matter to you. And yeah, where else would I have been, Sir William?
I know.
Where else would I have been? You know, and of course, I feel like I did nothing. You know, I was just bringing you coffee and taking you for walks. And, you know, that's just what you do.
Right.
You just do whatever you can. But I appreciate everybody and watching all of this. And I'm thanking people for you. I'm doing that on your behalf, that it is really a beautiful thing to witness, that your family is so loved in this community. And I like to think that our little show, People Helping People, had a little bit to do with that.
I would.
I'll give you all the credit, Charlie
so.
Bear, but a little bit about our mission. And, you know, we are what we're preaching. So we have a whole week of shows for you all, and we are really excited to be back. But I think that's all the time we have today.
It is.
Any closing remarks in your last 30 seconds?
Yes, just one more, and it's completely wrong to only give it 30 seconds, but we do need to bring up also the passing of Jim Carollo.
Yes.
From our radio station here, who's in the WGN Hall of Fame.
Yes.
He's in our Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
He was the person that actually helped us get on the radio and helped the radio station become a station, and he'll always be in our thoughts and prayers as well as his family and all of that, and we'll talk about him more at a further time.
Absolutely.
At this point, though, we need to leave.
Bye-bye.
Stay classy.
Two Gingers is written, hosted, and produced by Sir William Guerin and the Duchess Kate Curtin. Post-production is done by Jim Carollo. Michael Guerin is executive producer emeritus. Two Gingers is broadcast in the Al Litwin studio at Dikey Park in Huntley, Illinois. The show broadcasts Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. on 101.5 Huntley Community Radio, WHRU-LP. HCR's executive producer is Alan Pollock. Thank you for tuning in.